Today we're looking at this really nice wind meter, an anemometer. It is made by this company, but I don't know if it's a rebadge of a rebadge just because I've seen many similar models. Pressing the power button turns it on instantly. The bearing is extremely smooth, so if I blow, it will spin immediately or just wave it around, I guess. You can see how sensitive it is. On the display, there's battery life, temperature, and the wind speed, of course. You can change the units just in case you want something like meters per second, kilometers per hour, feet per minute, knots, miles per hour. Press max and min to keep a recorded history. If I spin it really fast, it will keep the max at 1.7 even though we're not moving. There's average temperature in Celsius. Press the button to swap units back and forth. Finally, the light will illuminate the display in the dark. The reason why I got this is because of the 1/4-inch mount on the bottom. This is very nice if you have to measure the temperature of the register. If you are an HVAC tech, for instance, and you don't want to climb a ladder, you can always attach a tripod or monopod to here and then measure the wind speed like that. I still find it useful to see if my bathroom exhaust vents are working. My kitchen hood is 400 CFM, and it's nice to know meter can confirm when too much oil or debris have clogged up the vent. Additionally, I am a drone pilot. For some wind speed, I would never fly my drones and risk losing the drone due to high wind. If you pop the back battery cover, there are 2 AAA batteries, which are included. I threw away one of the screws just because I wanted to have easier, faster access. That's why this side is missing. I feel one screw is more than good enough. You can also power the wind meter by any USB power bank. I don't know why it's so hard to get it out, but this one is mini USB port. It is not USB-C, not micro USB, but it's actually mini USB, which is kind of weird because I thought everything is USB-C by now. By the way, if this video is helpful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This lets YouTube know my video is indeed helpful and will recommend to others like yourself. Here it is compared to a $20 bill for size comparison. You can see that it's a little bit over a $20 bill, and the thickness is more than 1/4. You definitely want something of similar size to capture all of the wind. I've seen smaller wind meters, and I don't think those are accurate. This is a pretty good size, and it's still small enough to fit inside your pockets. Included is cheap case, but it's good enough to protect the bearings from dirt, debris, and stuff like that. In order to use the meter with your phone, you will need this app from the Google Play Store. It's called Intelligent Anemometer. Once it's installed, go ahead and click on Open. It will ask for position, so go ahead and click on Allow. Don't forget to turn on your GPS and Bluetooth on your tablet or phone if you haven't already. Also power up the anemometer. When the anemometer is connected to your device, a green light will be lit on the left-hand side of the meter. It automatically connects to your tablet or phone, by the way. But on your phone or tablet, press on Start icon to begin seeing data. Whenever you press on the screen, it will synchronize with whatever is on the meter and vice versa. So for instance, when I click on max and min, the max and min symbol also appears on the unit itself. On the app, you can see that it's stuck at 6.4, which is also the same value that's showing on the unit. If we change the Celsius to Fahrenheit, then it toggles between the units and the temperature on both the app as well as the unit itself. On the upper right-hand corner, there's the units. We can change that to whatever we want. I'm going to stick with miles per hour because that's what I know. I don't know why there's a light in the app, but that controls the lights in the unit too. It's pretty nice that there's a chart for you to see what's going on, to see a history. This is really good if you are going to be using it remotely. Myself, I will place the meter far away, but can still monitor wind and temperature. If we click on the Data tab, then we'll see all of the readings at various times, down to the seconds. That's pretty slick. Click on Settings, click on Save, and it will save as a text file or as an Excel file. So let's save and see what that looks like. I don't think Chrome can open the Excel file, but let's see. Yep, Chrome cannot view the file. Let's save it as text file this time. You can change the time on and off to be auto off. Data sampling is the amount of samples per minute. Looks like the max is 120 per minute. I'm just going to leave it to default at 60 per minute. Let's go back to the graph. It's too bad that there's no way you can change the scale from 0 to 56, because right now I would say that the maximum is around 30. Alright, hopefully you found this video helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.